This episode is sponsored by Where to Shop and Dine. Download the app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store today. Connecting colleges and communities. You're watching Scene TV, and I'm Maya McNulty, your host. Schenectady Cable Entertainment News and Events. Excited to have Jim Salingo back in the studio. Welcome
thank you so
again.
Much. Great
Yes,
to be here.
and Colleen Murray. Nice to have you here. You guys are
to see you.
all happening downtown Schenectady. So we have the Wing Walk coming up, and
We do.
and I want you guys to share that with us and all of Schenectady.
Want me to start?
You start.
All right, because this is Colleen is really involved in a lot of the nuts and bolts, but just it's the 4th annual Wing Walk, and we're really excited. It's Saturday, October 3rd, and that's a change. We'll talk about that in a minute, from noon to 5.
Yes.
And it said it's the 4th annual, and it's really exciting because we started this 4 years ago with the idea of getting more students to come into the downtown, because we have so many great restaurants, so many great things to do, and they had just built the student housing at the community college. So we said, let's work with the colleges, let's work with the visitors agency and get students. And what do students love? Food. And everybody loves wings. So we started that, and it's slowly grown year after year. And last year it exploded. We sold out 600 tickets.
600 tickets in like 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes at the Proctor's box office.
Wow.
So
Yes.
it really took off. And we used to do it 3 hours on a Thursday evening. So because of the interest in it and the popularity of it, we're really going to expand it a 5-hour shift on a Saturday, the first Saturday in October this year.
Yeah, because last year I believe we probably turned away around 600 or more people who didn't get to have tickets, because we do pre-sell them through the Proctor's box office. So that's really great. You can go online. You don't have to worry about not getting your ticket this year. So we're encouraging people to certainly pre-sell all of their tickets. There's also different price points. Students have a different rate. So again, to involve the students and get them out of the dorms or out of student housing, there's a $5 price point for them, and there's a $10 for everybody else. So, and student also qualifies as young children. So children, on down are at the $5 price point. Last year we had 16 participating restaurants. We anticipate that. And
probably more this year.
Yeah, because we have some newer
interest.
restaurants who've opened since last year. And so it's just a really fun day.
See, we coordinate it, but we just like to participate in it.
We participated in it. And I would be remiss if we didn't mention our other key partner in this particular Wing Walk is the Schenectady County Visitors Agency, SCVA, which is housed within the Proctor's family and run by Talia Cass. She oversees that program for them. And I would be remiss in not mentioning that they're also co-presenters of this event with us. And it's a really great way. We actually... from a tourism standpoint, we had a couple people who drove all the way from Plattsburgh last year because we sold out in 10 minutes, didn't make it, didn't get their ticket, but still stayed, saw who was participating and then went and ate wings at one of the other restaurants. So if you somehow miss out on your $10 ticket, you can still, go to any of these fabulous restaurants. And a new addition for this year is on the ticket/ballot, because you do get to vote for your favorite, at the end, after you tried at least half, which in this instance was 8 wings last year, maybe more this year, you get to vote for your favorite. There is bragging rights, certainly, by the restaurant. They get a window decal that they get to put on their window, which is fantastic. That says that they were the Wing Walk winner for this year, it'll be 2015. Last year was 2014. Last year's winner was 20 North Broadway Tavern. In past years, we've actually had co-winners, Cafe Nola and 20 North Broadway, one year. So it's been a really great, fun thing to have happen. And this
it's
year,
just fun for us to change it up this year.
Yeah, and by going to the additional hours, we've also, last year we sold 600 and we capped it because we didn't think we could really, it's a promotion. We didn't feel like we could have the restaurants show off their best side if we allowed more than 600 people to buy tickets and try to get those people through in 3 hours. So this year we're going to 1,000 tickets will be sold. And we've extended the hours on Saturday by 2. So instead of 3 hours, it's now 5 hours for the Wing Walk. And it's really, it's going to be a fabulous fall day, of course. And people are going to have a lot of fun trying different wings. Some of the particular samples of wings, ranges from the traditional on to sort of the non-traditional, like last year Tai Tai did a sriracha wing, and somebody else did a McToberfest wing at the Van Dyke using Mad Jack beer that's brewed on site. So I mean, people do get creative, and because of that creativity, this year we've added a judges panel of celebrity judges. We have a couple celebrities who've already agreed. Steve Barnes from the Times Union and the Food Blog, as well as Haley Vaccaro from the Gazette. They've all signed on saying that yes, they would like to. We also have a new partner this year, media partner with EQX Radio, and DJ McCullough is going to also be a third judge. And we're working on one or two more additional judges to create like a signature thing. So you have like best specialty wing, best judge's choice kind of a thing, besides just the people's choice. But the bragging right is still the people's choice, because there's going to be 1,000 people who are able to vote for their favorite. Yeah. The way it sort of works is you pick up your ticket at the Proctor's box office, whether you've pre-sold it and you have your little will call voucher, or you're buying it that day. You can kind of run the route however you want. Again, you have to sample at least half of the wings. Last year was 8 or
About
more.
how many restaurants are participating?
Well, typically it's 16, but we'll
last
probably
year we had
get
16. But I think one of the main reasons we do this, and the reason we started, is because of all the great things that are happening in downtown, which are many. You're down here all the time. We've really gotten just a tremendous amount of great restaurants and great different restaurants. Mm-hmm. And the nice thing about the Wing Walk as an event is that each of the restaurants can then come up with a different chicken wing recipe to really showcase, either what type of cuisine they have in the restaurant, or just what their chefs find interesting, or they really just try to mix it up and do something interesting. Right. So
like
it's a nice
Taj Mahal did
showcase
a
for
tandoori chicken wing last year. So with Ninja Restaurant opening on Broadway, I can totally see them doing a chicken satay type wing, which is one of their specialties that they serve there. Mm-hmm. So there's like any number of creativity that people can do to kind of showcase their flavor. I mean, that's one of the greatest things about downtown is it's such an international theme as far as restaurants go. I mean, you've got Thai, you've got Indian, we've got Moroccan, we've got, the traditional pub, we've got American cuisine, we've got, a little Cafe Nola with their New Orleans. I mean, and we're about to have Chez Nu is about to open on Union Street, which is a French bistro. So,
just one more great example or reason for people to come down and check out downtown.
And they're all coolest thing is none of them are chains. They're all individually owned, so you're never gonna find like the same meal. It's not like you can. I'm gonna walk in and I know exactly what the menu says because I've been to this in 50 other different locations. They're all single owned, single operating locations, which is, I think, a really nice
Jim,
feature.
tell us about your role at the DSIC. What's your role?
My role, I'm the executive director of the Downtown Schenectady Improvement Corporation, and we're a not-for-profit organization that works directly for the property owners and the businesses in the downtown. And events like this, promotions, are only one of the ways that we do it. Colleen's our assistant director, but we also help improve downtown through visual improvements. If you've been out and about this summer, you've seen all the beautiful hanging flower baskets. Mm-hmm. That's something else that we do. We have a 7-day-a-week cleaning program in the downtown. Mm-hmm. And we do a lot. I know you do a lot with social media, but we do as well. We have a very active sites. We do a lot of communications and promotions.
Speaking of social media, how do we find out about you? Are you on Facebook, Twitter?
We're on everything. Our website is downtownschenectady.org. Mm-hmm. Pretty easy. Mm-hmm. We're on Facebook. We're at the Downtown Schenectady Improvement Corporation on Facebook. We're at DSIC Schenectady on Twitter. And we're at downtown_Schenectady on Instagram.
Okay. So downtown, it's kind of with Union Street, that's more of a historic part as opposed to downtown where Proctor's is? Or are you just grouping them all together? You're working cooperatively? Have they formed their own historical society? Because tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, how we define downtown, everybody probably defines downtown in a different way, but our boundaries, if you will, more or less, are from Union Street by the college going all the way down into the Stockade Historic District. Okay. And then we come all the way up State Street, past Proctor's. We go up Not Terrace by my side, back behind Proctor's, and all the way down Erie Boulevard to GE. So it's a pretty good geographic area that we represent.
And Washington Avenue on like the
Washington
west
Avenue,
with SECC.
And we tend to look at downtown as, some people do say, well, around Proctor's is sort of the true downtown, if you will.
Yeah.
But we really try to look at the entire area, Union Street, Lower State, Upper State, as one big downtown area, because it really is very diverse and there's lots of new things.
Yeah, because that side of Union Street's been winning the wing walk.
Yes, I know.
So we got to figure out how to get over on the other side. So
yeah, a little turf battle going on.
Yeah. They'll be like, we're on this side. So, Colleen, what's your role with the DSIC?
I wear many hats.
True. As we all do.
Yes, as we all do. So as the assistant director, my primary areas of focus are finance, the outside maintenance program, which we refer to as environmental enhancement and maintenance. I also do the business promotion and marketing program, so these kinds of events, fundraising and development. So we'll talk about building Block Party here in a minute. I oversee that. So lots of different things, changes.
Yeah, being a small organization, we all do have to wear a lot of hats. For only 3 full-time people in the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
With 1 part-time person helping out with communications, and then we have 3 full-time workers the outside. So,
are they volunteer or paid?
It's all paid.
It's all paid.
Yeah,
and
we do have some great volunteers that help with some of our
Okay.
programs.
And where is your office located?
We are located on the lower part of State Street, between Schenectady Community College and Erie Boulevard,
Okay.
143 State Street. We're right at street level, so if you ever do want to stop in, actually our logo has a smiley face in it now from the Miles of Smiles event that happened in mid-August here in downtown. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, anytime anybody just wants to pop in and say hello, we've got a lot of materials on what's happening in the downtown.
Are you offering any mentorship or any guidance if a new business wants to come into the downtown? Because there's been so much growth and so much information, maybe somebody doesn't know. Is that something that you guys do?
Yeah, we tend to, and Colleen can elaborate on this, but we tend to very often be a gateway organization for people. We often get, people often get referred to our office because they're simply just looking for opportunities in the downtown. They want to know, how do I get started? What kind of spaces are available? And even if we don't have the direct funding or resources to get them into a space, we certainly have relationships with all the other organizations to connect them to the right folks.
Correct. And then in a lot of ways, for somebody who's looking to relocate or locate a new business in downtown, a lot of times they'll come in, and we provide the resources to section them off to different people. A lot of times the Small Business Association, which meets every Thursday inside the chamber office on State Street, they have a person who's dedicated there every Thursday who can come in and help people with business plans. It's all a free service. A lot of times we transfer them over there, which is a good starting point for a lot of people who may not be familiar with the financing structure of how to start up a business or things like that. So we do kind of run the ombudsman role, as it were, towards downtown when it comes to that. A lot of times it's once you've opened or you've located signed leases and things like that, it's then connecting people through the network that is Downtown Schenectady Improvement Corp to how to filter in to the community. As you know, it's it's an interesting role to have, going to chamber events, going to DSIC events. How do you connect with and make those business to business relationships, or how do you make relationships with other vendors, things like that. So a lot of times we're also gearing people into how to promote themselves, because we do want to promote them, and now that they're part of the fabric that is downtown, we want them to succeed. So a lot of what we do is trying to promote downtown as well as the individual businesses that make up what is downtown. So that's
we do work really closely with. I know you're very involved in the chamber.
Yes.
So we work very good partners with the Capital Region Chamber, with the Schenectady folks on this side of things, and with the City of Schenectady and the county and the Metroplex Development Authority, which has done so much great redevelopment.
Yeah,
in
the
downtown.
growth has been amazing.
Yep.
Right.
So
All of us working together
just
really
this week,
makes it
the
happen.
Albany Distillery is opening their secondary location just around the corner from where we're filming this
great,
right
yeah,
now.
great
right
announcements
on
every
Yates.
week. It's
so
really
that's
exciting.
really exciting. Yeah, I saw that in the Business Review.
Yeah.
How many businesses? How long have you been involved with the DSIC?
I've been executive director for getting on 7.5 years.
And how many businesses have you noticed the growth? Like, have you opened 10, 15, 30 businesses?
Oh, at least.
Boy,
At
I can't
least.
even.
It's
I
changed.
mean,
at
how many
least
have
that
opened
much.
since and Colleen's been here, what, about 14?
13.
years?
I just finished 13. I'm
13
working on
years.
14.
Yeah.
Working on
14 years, wow.
Gee, off the top of my head, I couldn't even
Oh,
imagine
yeah,
because I spoke at.
It's over 10 for sure. 10, 20.
I gave a presentation a short time ago, and I explained to somebody, walked around the district, and he said, think back to 2007, which is just 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I pointed out exactly what was not in downtown at that time. There was no Hampton Inn. There was no TransFinder headquarters. There was no Sefsky Square. There was no Bombers. There was no Center City. There was no Johnny's. There was no movie theater. And on. And just the fact that so many of these things have all happened within the last 7 to 10 years is just phenomenal. And I think it speaks a lot to the partnership and the cooperation
volumes,
and the effectiveness of the group, the economic group that's really making things happen in downtown.
And you mentioned Union Street before. Restaurant Row wasn't a thing.
Yeah, when I started,
we talk about
there
Restaurant
was
Row.
Manhattan Exchange, and that was it. And now it's really become a Restaurant Row down that area.
It's really nice. And you do get that feeling, which is, there was no Center Street pub. It was an old, printing factory called Acme Press at one point.
And, I want to say for your viewers is that, you can come, again, you can go to downtownschenectady.org and you can get an interactive map of all the businesses, of all the retail, the restaurants, the service businesses, the churches, a lot of the great spaces and places you can come to in downtown can be found on that website. But I think it's really important that people, if they haven't been in downtown for a while, come and check it out. Our social media helper posted a beautiful picture of J Street walkway looking towards Proctor's the other day. We had like 3,000 views, and there's great comments. And one of the best comments we had was a woman who said, "Wow, I haven't been back in a while. That doesn't look like my old downtown Schenectady. Congratulations!" And that's often
Yeah,
one
you
of
guys
the
are
best
doing Jazz
compliments
on
you can
J
get.
too, right?
We're a
The final
co-sponsor.
co-sponsor of that.
And today was the last final concert. I was there.
Yes.
It was actually a very good band today. They were wonderful. But that is a wonderful series that's been going on for years now. Like I said, I've been here
It's over 20 years.
Yeah, and it grows it was basically
People
like
gotta
a
give it a
sold out
try.
free
That's what we're
concert
saying.
today. Though there was no chairs; it was standing room only at Jazz on
Beautiful
J
weather.
today.
And I
So
think
terrific.
getting back to an event like the Wing Walk, I think it's just, other than us just saying, you should come down, is giving people a real reason to come down and a real reason to have a good time, bring some friends, spend time, because we know if you come down once and you have a great time,
Yes.
you will
Gonna
come
come
again.
again.
Yeah.
And it's a
Absolutely.
very social. I mean, as far as events go, you think, oh, I'm going to come with a bunch of friends. It'll be fun. But it's also extremely social from a community standpoint because you are walking around with these tickets. So everybody knows that you're part of Wing Walk. So they're asking you, who did you try? Who did you like? So it becomes this extremely social environment, which I absolutely love. Being a city resident as well as working in downtown, it's just great to see your neighbors outside enjoying a wonderful day, having fun. And that atmosphere and that feeling in the 13 years that I've been here has certainly expanded. Every single year it gets more and more. And what we
Great
talk
place to hang out.
yeah, it's a great place to have, but what we talk about all the time too is downtown Schenectady is everybody's neighborhood. So you may feel like everybody should feel like they own a part of downtown Schenectady. This is, everybody's home. There's something here literally for everybody. If you're a foodie or if you like shows or you're a movie person, there's something for everybody. If you like just taking walks, Jackson Gardens is part of Union College, is a gorgeous place to go take a walk. Mohawk, the bike path runs through downtown Schenectady. So there really is kind of something for everybody in downtown, which I love.
Let's talk about the Wing Walk because I don't want to run out of time. Who inspired the Wing Walk?
It was an interesting thing. We'll now be in our fourth year of this event, but it actually started with this group out of Union College. We had this work day that we used to do with freshman students, and And part of that work day was during student orientation, we would give them essentially a rake and a shovel or a broom and say, help, let's clean up downtown. Wasn't necessarily the best introduction to Schenectady. So we decided, so over the years, we sort of pulled back from that, and that work day has actually moved to the falls. And it's now called John C. Toll's Day, and it's part of their fabric in Union. And it's now in the fall during like near homecoming weekend, and it's the entire class population there. It's not just freshmen. But part of the freshman orientation was we moved into this whole thing called Show Me Schenectady. They had a group called USA, as it were, and they wanted to try and get some of the newer students, whether it was international students or freshmen, kind of more indoctrinated into the Schenectady downtown to have a better town-gown relationship with the city that they're home to. However many months, what is that, like 6-7 months out of the year?
Sure, yeah.
And so it started at that, and Union College sponsored it, and they got to go and do like these little tasting things at several of the restaurants. And we kind of decided that that didn't necessarily have the same flair to it. So out of that event became this event, because we were like, well, why are we just reintroducing downtown to one particular population? Why isn't it everybody? Right. So it goes back to the student ticket price. So we still have a student ticket price because we understand that they're going to college, they're on limited budgets. However, and we have more than one college in downtown. So making sure that everybody became involved in that. So with the community college as well as Union and Empire.
Yeah, now it's just like a big community event.
Now it's a big,
it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And it's fun.
And it's fun.
And it's kind of become our signature food event, if you will.
Yes.
Some places have their Chowder Fests or Chili Fest or Barbecue Fest, but this is really quickly becoming our signature food event, which is great.
Yeah, exciting. Funding, and okay, so these restaurants are supplying chicken wings. Is it free? I know they're paying a ticket fee, but do you guys offer any type of a stipend to help the
we do.
Yeah, we
restaurants
do.
out?
Because it's important that, we're introducing hundreds of people to the restaurants, which is fantastic, but there is a cost obviously involved to them. So this year we're offering all the restaurants who participate a $150 stipend to offset the cost of the food.
Yeah, because it's not just the hard cost of the actual chicken wings, that there's staff, whether, it goes from dish staff who have to deal with more dishes or on to front of house staff with wait staff and cooks and those types of things. So the
feedback from the restaurants on moving it to Saturday has been extremely positive.
But we're hoping to highlight some of their extra activities, like within the ticket. So like if you're doing a promotion during the event, whether it's buy one, get one drinks, or you're going to offer a discount that night from after the event, or you're going to have a band. Somebody was talking about having a comedian in and doing a comedy show after hours. So part of the ticket this year is there's going to be some, and we will, within the websites for Wing Walk, whether it's on our website or on the Proctor's website, there will also be a listing of who's doing additional promotions, like outside of Wing Walk. So
and again, that'll all be on downtownschenectady.org. The ticket sales will also be on proctors.org as well. So, and I just want to remind everybody, in case you're just looking at Saturday, October 3rd, noon to 5 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk quickly about the block party. It's your 13th annual block party. It's going to be held at Proctor's. Tell us everything that we need to know about this, because this is your annual fundraiser. This is how you guys raise your money?
This is our largest fundraiser.
Yeah, biggest annual fundraiser, because, again, being a not-for-profit, fundraisers are sort of part of the territory. So this was one that was started back in 2001, I believe. 2001 or 2? Two. That's right, 13, 2. I'm doing my quick math on the air.
The years you're having fun.
But we love it because it's really the go-to fall event for downtown activities. People just love, because it really is, we call it a building block party because it really is a party. It's a big celebration of just the excitement and the thrill of having downtown Schenectady come back. So it often brings in between 400 and 500 attendees every year. And we have a couple dozen local restaurants that provide food tastings.
Over 20 restaurants this year.
Well, a couple dozen, there's 20, but we have 24, I think, when I saw the last list that participated.
Yeah, it's grown. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it also is our opportunity to recognize some of the businesses or individuals or organizations that are making downtown succeed. So we're once again giving out the Building Block Awards. which is going to be very exciting. So, and we have a really, really great silent auction too. If anybody's looking for some vacations or some great merchandise or other giveaways. I mean,
or sports memorabilia, we have a great partner at Bullpen Sports Memorabilia. He comes in, and so if you're looking for any kind of, he does sports memorabilia sales, which are all signed. There's you can track it, so it is legit. There are like warranties on everything that's there, and it's really kind of
it's
fun.
just fun, and everybody.
It's an overgrown. It's an overgrown. I refer to it as an overgrown cocktail party because everybody comes in. You're trying different sampling stations of all these different restaurants worth of food. You're mingling. You're having a great time. You're seeing people you maybe haven't seen in several months, and and it's just a nice way to reconnect from a business to business standpoint with your neighbors, your partners.
And people often say
downtown.
It's one of the better networking opportunities that they get in the fall.
Because it is just a very much an overgrown cocktail party.
Yep.
And we take over the entire first floor of what used to be the Carl Company space and is now GE Theater, the Wright Family Atrium, and Rob Alley.
Over where the box office is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we take over.
Is that where you would get tickets as well? And are they pre-sale or how's that work?
Pre-sale through our website, downtownschenectady.org. The link will be going up shortly because they're actually, I don't know, we didn't talk about the relaunch of our website, but we're relaunching the website here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's something quickly that we've been working closely to, knowing that so many people are on their mobile devices when they're looking up information.
Of course.
We all are.
Yeah.
So we are redesigning, and we're getting ready in a few weeks to relaunch our website. It's going to be similar functions, but much easier, and it's going to be mobile
Friendly.
mobile friendly. So you can even look at the map and everything on your mobile device. But one of the things we did want to mention this year is that you will be able to get your ticket. Ticket prices are $65 for a regular ticket, but because of the great interest in downtown Schenectady from the millennial group, younger professionals, we, for the first time, are offering a special rate this year for young professionals under age 35 and under for $35. So it's almost a half-price ticket.
Darn it, I just missed it by a year.
Yeah, me too. But, that's just an example, is we want to make sure, as Colleen said before, that everybody feels it's their downtown.
Yes.
And we didn't want someone who's really involved in the community, really loves Schenectady, to say, I would love to go, but it's a little bit outside of my means. So we're just doing what we can to invite even more people into the fold this year.
It is
excellent.
a cash bar, so people have fun and drink and socialize. And again, the event ends at 8:30, but similarly, what we find too is pockets of the people who come from Block Party will go out then and have dinner over at Johnny's or Aperitivo or across the street at Nico's or any number of places. They redistribute themselves back out into the neighborhood, and it's fantastic. And all the businesses there who come and table at the event from a food table sponsor standpoint, it's great for them because they're getting face-to-face with their guests, and they get to talk about any kind of upcoming activities that they're having, and the timing's great because it's in October on the 29th. But they get to talk about any upcoming holiday events because a lot of times corporations do holiday parties or whatever. A lot of these places have the ability to either cater it to you at your business, or you can go in-house and do things like that, so they can talk about those types of things. Again, it's a nice opportunity from a business standpoint. So even though it's a fundraiser for us, we still want to make sure we provide the promotional opportunity for the businesses who are there. So whether it's silent auction and they're donating a gift to the silent auction and they want to put out their wares and show people what they have available, because again, most of this stuff is all within driving distance of the capital region, because there are, like overnight great escapes, whether it's in the Catskills or Lake Placid and stuff like that, or part of silent. They're all within sort of this capital region fabric. But the food restaurants, it's really great for them, as well as for some of the local grocery stores, because we have the Niskayuna Food Co-op, ShopRite of Niskayuna, and Price Chopper / Market 32.
Just a great showcase.
Yeah, it's just a great showcase of what we have. But again, they get out in front of their community and talk about their products, and it's great.
And I just did want to, again, mention that is on Thursday, October 29th. In 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Costumes are optional.
Yeah, just before Halloween. And, if I could mention another thing we're talking about, so again, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're at downtownschenectady.org.
Yes.
But we also have a very, very popular e-newsletter that we send. And currently goes to well over 3,000 people directly, but then it gets widely distributed on Facebook and social media. And if anybody just wants to get a free way to keep up with what's going on in downtown Schenectady every week, they can go to downtownschenectady.org, sign up for our newsletter, put in your email address, and we will make sure to get you on that list. And it would be a great way to keep sharing all the great things happening in downtown with more of the community.
Perfect. I want to thank you both for being on Scene TV. Jim, it was such a pleasure to
Yeah,
see you again.
you too,
Colleen,
Maya. Thank
thank
you.
you so much for all the information.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for being on Scene TV, guys.
All right, thanks.
Okay.